Welcome back to the Huron Arena, getting set for the championship matchup. The defending champion Warner Monarchs will take on Sanborn Central Woonsocket and the Blackhawks. Got a great crowd here tonight at the Huron Arena. Let's meet the teams. First of all, the Blackhawks. 24-1. Co-head coaches Tim McCain and Rob Baruth. There you see where they're located. This is the third year of this co-op, and all 3 years they've made it to the state tournament. They are an impressive team stat-wise, as they've put up a ton of points on the year. They beat Wolsey-Wessington and James Valley Christian in the district by healthy margins, and then beat a very good DeSmet team ranked in the top 5 in Region 3B, 51-46.
Yeah, take a look at the stats here. 64 points a game, in fact, just over 64 points a game. They're a team that shoots over 50% from the field. Free throw percentage is probably lacking a little bit. They're at 57%, but even so, this is a team that scores, they can rebound. It's a very dangerous team from top to bottom. One player that we should mention who will not be in the lineup tonight, number 42, Savannah Swenson, tore her ACL and her MCL yesterday. But here's a look at their starting lineup tonight. And of course, the 4 Sellens out there on the floor along with Marissa Weber. You've got 3 seniors, a freshman, and a junior. That freshman, though, Maya Sellen, perhaps one of the most exciting players at the Class B level, and she's still got 3 more years of high school to go.
Yep, she'll be essentially the point guard. Shelby Sellen last night has signed with Augustana. 34 points and 11 rebounds last night. Maya and Shelby are the sisters. Morgan and Rachel are cousins. And 4/5 of the lineup belong to one family for Sanborn Central Woonsocket. They got here into this championship game by beating Kimball White Lake 52-27. And last night they took on Hanson in the semifinal. Hanson hung with them for a period, but it was too much Shelby Sellen as she really got it going.
She was simply spectacular. You see their coaching staff. This is just an outstanding performance. Hanson tried to stay tough there as long as they could. You can see they had a pretty good offensive run in the first half, but again, too much interior play for Shelby Sellen as she goes in for the nice left-handed finish. It was a great night for her. She's averaging 21 points a game, but an all-around effort for the Blackhawks. A big 3 there, which essentially iced it. Their fans are ready to go here again tonight.
Yeah, Morgan Sellen knocked down that 3-pointer. This is a team that can light it up from the inside and the outside. They are a tough matchup because of their height and their quickness. We'll take a break. Come back. We'll introduce you to the defending champions. You're watching the Class B State Girls Basketball Tournament on SDPB3, South Dakota Public Broadcasting. We're back in the Huron Arena, just a couple of minutes away from the start of the championship game. The Warner Monarchs and the Blackhawks of Sanborn Central Woonsocket. Let's take a look at the defending state champions. 23-2 their record. Stuart Boley is their head coach. There you see him located up in the northeast part of the state, just south of Aberdeen. Back-to-back volleyball champions, trying to become back-to-back basketball champions. Here's the starting lineup for the Monarchs.
You get a look at the Rosells there. Carly Roselle, a 6'1" senior, along with Ashley Roselle, who's been lighting it up throughout this tournament. She's a 6-foot junior. Miranda Ristow, a 6'2" senior as well. And then the 2 junior guards, JC Slosher, a 5'10" junior, who had a great game last night, and Caitlin Basil, a 5'5" junior, rounding out the starting 5 here for the Monarchs.
Warner advanced into the championship game, first by beating Lemmon 59-35. And then on Friday night, they played in the first semifinal game against the top seed Sully Buttes. And Warner, right away, they were hot out of the gate using their inside game. Miranda Ristow, who signed to play basketball at Northern, maneuvering in there, gets the shot at close range for head coach Stuart Boley. But Sully Buttes would not go away. Remy Wench has got the steal there and the layup for Mark Steffner's crew. But good ball movement, finds the open shooter. That's Ashley Roselle knocking down the trifecta, one of 3 she had on the night. And then there's Carly Roselle with the bucket. She signed to play volleyball at Dakota State. And in the end, it was Warner prevailing 50-31. So that's how we got to this situation. Warner, they beat Northwestern in the districts, then Waubay for the district title, and then they took it to Summit, 62-23, the final score there against a very good Summit team. One interesting note about Warner, all of their pretty much their entire team also participates in the band at Warner High. They've got a great band. Of the 110 students in Warner High School, 92 of them play in the band. That's a fantastic participation rate. And they, you know, if you just took the 12 girls off this team, they make a pretty good high school band by themselves.
Warner, the defending champions coming into this tournament. They're back-to-back champions in volleyball, trying to do it here tonight in basketball. Steve and I have given you everything we can to get you ready for this game tonight. All that's left now is the starting lineups in the opening tip. Without further ado, we send it over to our man to our right, the public address announcer, Josh Hader, for tonight's starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Huron Arena for tonight's Girls State Meet Championship game. The matchup tonight is between Sanborn Central Woonsocket Blackhawks and the Warner Monarchs. Now, let's meet the starters for tonight's championship game. At guard for the Blackhawks, number 25, Marissa Weber. At guard for the Monarchs, number 2, Caitlin Basil. At guard for the Blackhawks, number 32, Morgan Selland. At guard for the Monarchs, number 23, J.C. Schlosser. At forward for the Blackhawks, number 33, Rachel Selland. At forward for the Monarchs, number 32, Ashley Roselle. At forward for the Blackhawks, number 40, Shelby Selland. At forward for the Monarchs, number 50, Carly Roselle. At guard for the Blackhawks, number 42, Maya Selland. And at center for the Monarchs, number 54, Miranda Ristow. The Blackhawks are coached by Justin Dean, Tim McCain, and Rob Baruth. The Monarchs are coached by Chad Vetter, Abby Yatosik, Jackie McNeil, and Stuart Boley. The officials for tonight's game are Matt Clark, James Benning, Bill Shanefish, and Doug Rusink.
There you get a look at our officials for tonight's game, and we are set for championship coverage of the Class B State High School Championships here on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
These two teams did meet during the regular season. Warner won 50-40, but now the rematch happens with a state title on the line.
It'll be Warner in their white home uniforms today with blue lettering, and it will be the Blackhawks of Sanborn Central Woonsocket in their black uniforms. Blue letters across the chest, red numbers on their back. They are ready to go. So are we. The fans are rocking here inside the Huron Civic Arena. We've got a near full house here tonight. It'll be Miranda Ristow in white to tip for Warner. And inside the center circle, Shelby Selland for the Blackhawks. Warner gets the opening tip, and as you see, they will work from left to right on your TV screens this evening. In case you're just joining us, I'm JJ Hardigan. He's Steve Toon. Happy that you're able to join us for Championship Saturday here on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. First shot of the game off the iron, no good. That'll be Maya to get the rebound. And again, if we use first names throughout the course of our broadcast tonight, we're not trying to do a disservice to any of these players. There's just 4 Sellands out there on the floor. We're going to have to try to find a way to decipher one of them one way or the other.
Bank shot there for Maya. And right away, 2-0 Blackhawks.
7:20 left to go here in the first quarter. They get the ball to Basil. Back to the top of the key. That's Ashley Roselle. Basil in the right corner. Looking inside for Ristow. Back to Schlosser inside. Ristow way too strong on her first touch of the night. Barely touched the top left corner of the backboard. Blackhawks off and running. Maya Selland, the jumper off the right side of the iron, no good. It'll be Ashley Roselle with the rebound. She'll kick it to the other end of the court. Basil will push it in transition.
Maya Selland creates so many matchup problems because she's so tall, quick, and can handle the ball so very well.
Schlosser had 6 first half points for Warner yesterday. Lob pass inside. Roselle fouled. That's Carly Roselle. And she'll go to the line for 2.
Of course, Warner creates plenty matchup problems of their own. And that foul will be on Rachel Sully.
Just underway from the AA state championship. Sioux Falls, Washington taking an early 6-2 lead over Mitchell. Now 8-2 lead. Roselle back inside the Huron Arena, missing her first free throw. Another one coming up momentarily.
Carly Roselle, 55% on the season.
Second attempt is good. From the Class A tournament, it's halftime right now. Sioux Valley with a 19-18 lead over Elk Point Jefferson. We'll get you more coverage of that one when the third quarter gets underway. Blackhawks with the ball, up 2-1. Dangerous cross-court pass into the left corner. Stepping inside for the two and knocking it down. Morgan Selling her first points of the night.
Nice ball movement by the Blackhawks.
4-1 your score. Warner down by 3. Ball in the right wing. Roselle kicks it to Slosher. Long two's good. 4-3 your score. Maya Selland will bring it up for the Blackhawks. Bounce pass into the right wing. 3 on the way. Off the backside of the iron. Rebounded by Roselle. It'll be Basil momentarily touching it, but Slosher will bring it up for the Monarchs.
Well, key for both teams will be to limit their opponent to just one shot per trip down the floor.
Lob pass inside to Roselle. Her shot blocked. That was Shelby Selland to get her hand on it underneath that time. Maya pushing it, but she doesn't have numbers. Shooter in the right corner. Shelby Selland with the bounce pass back to her. Maya Selland into the left wing. All the top of the key now. 3 on the way, in and out, no good. Rebounded by the Monarchs. Crowd getting into it here in the early goings. So Monarchs look to get back in this game, down by 1. 4-3 your score. Ball in the left wing, now at the top of the key. Ashley Roselle dribbles inside, gets fouled as she goes in for the shot. She'll have 2 free throws coming up. That'll be on Sanborn Central's Morgan Selland. For Sanborn Central, Woonsocket. That'll be their second team foul, her first of the night. Free throw attempt is good. Second attempt on the way is good. We've got our first media timeout of the day. Warner with a 5-4 lead over Sanborn Central Woonsocket. Back more from the championship game in Huron on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Back inside the Huron Civic Arena, J.J. Hardigan, Steve Toom. We're ready to go here as we come back from our first media timeout of the game. Sanborn Central Woonsocket down by 1. First lead of the day for Warner. 5-4 your score. Pass inside, taken away. Slosher stepped inside, stole that pass away. The intended target was Selland, obviously. They tried to get it inside from Marissa Weber. Instead, now it'll be the Monarchs trying to build upon their lead. Slosher into the right wing to Roselle. They get it to Basil, down low. Ristow, quick turnaround off the glass and good.
Ristow got matched up against one of the shorter players. That's Morgan Selland, who's quote-unquote only 5'10". Ristow just went up and over her.
3-point lead, cross-court pass, Weber. Back to the top of the key to Maya Selland. He'll get it into the right wing. Morgan Selland dribbles inside, now kicks it back to Weber. Shelby left baseline, long two's good. Nothing but net for Shelby Selland.
You can see why Augustana recruited this young lady. She's mostly known as a post player, but she can step outside and knock down that outside shot.
Lob pass inside. Ristow again, too strong off the glass. Slosher had the rebound, tipped it away to Basil. Now they'll settle it down into the right wing. Driving inside, Roselle off the glass, no good. But 2 more free throws coming up for Ashley Roselle.
Strong drive to the baseline. She managed to get there and picks up a foul on Maya Selland.
That's her first personal and already the 3rd team foul on Sanborn Central Woonsocket. Free throw attempt, no good. In and out for Ashley Roselle. We'll have another one coming up. Goes back to the line, ready to shoot. That one's good.
Ashley Roselle, third-team All-State last year. She averaged 18.5 points, 4 rebounds a game this year. She scored 23 points in the first game, 13 in the second game.
Ball to the top of the key. Maya Selling, left side of the paint, now goes down low. Pass tipped into the hands of the Monarchs. There were a couple Warner players to touch it that time. Did a nice job of closing up those passing lanes inside. 3:06 left to go.
Man-to-man defensively for the Blackhawks.
Ball in the right wing, Roselle. Little head fake, now steps back out and kicks it to Carly Roselle.
Now we got the two college recruits matched up in the paint.
Schlosser dribbles it off her foot. Wrist out, recovers underneath from the right post and puts it in.
Right woman, right place, right time for the Warner Monarchs.
She's got 4 here in the first quarter of action. 10-6. Warner with the lead. 3 from the right wing. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Carly Roselle.
Carly Roselle been very effective on the glass. 12 rebounds in the first game, 6 rebounds last night.
Schlosser gets it to Carly Roselle just inside the free throw line. Off the iron, bounces twice, falls into the hands of Shelby Selling. Rebound for Sanborn Central Woonsocket. That's their 4th rebound. It's all evened up in the rebound column at 4 apiece here in the first quarter. Ball into the right wing. Morgan getting it into the right corner now, getting it to Weber, left wing for 3. That one way too strong, misses everything out of bounds. 10-6 your score. Warner with the lead and the ball here with 1:58 left to go in the first quarter.
Been an exciting ball game so far. Great play from both teams on both ends of the floor.
Ball into the right wing. Monarchs looking inside. Again, they've got 2 great post players in Roselle and Ristow. Ristow trying to get posted up in the right block. Carly Roselle up to the top of the key, getting it to Ashley. Now to Schlosser in the left wing. 3-point bucket is good. 13-6, and a timeout called by Sanborn Central Woonsocket with 1:31 left to go in the first quarter.
Schlosser did not score in the first game, had 6 huge points in the first half last night against Sully Buttes. That really broke that game wide open. She's got 5 points tonight, and I tell you what, if Warner can knock down some outside shots early, that's going to open it up for Ristow and for Carly Roselle in the middle. That's bad news for the Blackhawks.
That was just their first 3-point attempt of the game. Nice way to get your night started from long distance, knocking it down. Sanborn Central Woonsocket, by the way, 0 of 4 from 3-point land so far today. They need to get it going on offense, shooting just 3 of 8 from the floor overall right now, while Warner 4 of 9 from the floor to start the game.
Yeah, Sanborn Central Woonsocket, 51% from the field as a team this year. Of course, they get a lot of buckets very, very close. The officials have to clean up the floor here just a little bit. But they can knock down 3-pointers.
1:30 left to go. Some pressure coming from Warner now as they get it across the half-court line. Weber in the left wing. Getting it to Maya Selling. She'll slow down the offense here into the right wing now. Morgan. Ball in hand, gets it to the left wing. 3 on the way, off the left side of the iron. That one no good from Rachel Selling. Rebound for the Monarchs. That's Warner's 7th team rebound, plus 3 in the rebounding column here in the first half.
Warner doing a good job on the defensive boards. They're not giving the Blackhawks 2nd and 3rd opportunities.
Carly Roselle outside in the left wing. Probably not where she wants to be. That's Ashley with a bounce pass to Basil. She drives baseline, stops left block. Post play for Ristow. She gets fouled and will go back to the free throw line for 2 more.
Great play by Basil to set it up. And that foul on Rachel Selling, her 2nd, but she managed to get to the baseline, step around the defender, drew the defense to her, and set up Ristow.
Warner 4 of 6 as a team from the free throw line today. Ristow, her first attempt is no good. That was her first attempt overall this evening. And some subbing going on for Sanborn Central Woonsocket. Rachel Selling checks out. Kayla Olson in for the Blackhawks.
And remember, Savannah Swenson not available, hurt her knee badly last night.
Second attempt from Ristow, no good. That one rattled around but popped out. Final 45 seconds here. Sanborn Central trailing 13-6. Again, They're having a little bit of a rough start today from three-point land. 0 of 5 as a team. They go inside. Shelby Selling no good with the left-handed turnaround. Warner with the rebound.
Warner playing that 1-2-2 zone, and boy, did they collapse on Shelby Selling when she got that ball down low.
22 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Warner with the lead and the ball. They're going to try and milk this one down to the final ticks. No, they won't. 3 from the right wing off the left side of the iron. Ashley Roselle couldn't get it to go, and now Selling will get it into the front court. That's Weber, one player to beat. Her jumper off the glass, no good. Shelby Selling's putback's no good. And that's how your first quarter comes to an end. Warner, your defending champions, get the first quarter victory. They lead Sanborn Central Woonsocket 13-6. We'll take a timeout. Class B Girls State Basketball Championships coming back after this on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Back in here on the Blackhawks right now, trailing. That fan looking for something to cheer about. He's been here decked out in that Blackhawk attire all weekend long. Right now the Warner Monarchs leading 13-6. Back in here on JJ Hardigan, Steve Toom, as we get our second quarter of action underway. It'll be the Blackhawks with the ball.
Warner 40% from the floor. Sanborn Central Woonsocket just 25% as the ball goes out of bounds.
That one went off of Schlosser's fingertips. It will stay Blackhawk ball. Shot from Shelby Selling, no good from the left side of the free throw line.
And once again, only one shot. The defensive rebound there for Warner.
Schlosser will set up the offense, getting it to wrist out the high post. Into the right wing now. Roselle called for the travel as she tried to get around Weber.
That's the first turnover for Warner on the night. 3 so far for the Blackhawks. We're 3 of 12 after that first period. From the floor, Warner was 4 of 10.
Maya Selland inside the paint, goes baseline now. Her shot blocked by Ristow. Selland recovers, gets her shot off the glass and the foul. Maya Selland going to the free throw line to try to make it a three-point play the old-fashioned way. But Warner's coaching staff none too pleased. Stuart Boley goes over and has a couple words with the officials after the call. You see Selland with the free throw attempt. That one's good.
62% on the year is the freshman. And that one turned this game around.
13-9 your score, 4-point difference right now inside the Huron Civic Arena. We'll get you some score updates around the rest of the state in a moment as Ristow misses inside again. That's the third or fourth time she's had a shot from inside 5 feet. Just hasn't gotten it to fall as of yet. She's got 4 on the day, but it's the Blackhawks with the ball. Selling for 3, that's in and out, no good. Rebounded by Basil. From the AA tournament in Brookings, Sioux Falls, Washington leading Mitchell 24-11. Pretty good start tonight for the Warriors. Roselle had the ball at the free throw line. It's tipped out of her hands. Maya Selland, I believe, touched it first. She's been favoring the pinky on her left hand the last couple plays. Gets it into the front court either way. Open shooter in the right wing, but again, the Blackhawks very patient offensively. Maya Selland finds Weber left corner for 3. In and out, no good. Carly Roselle with a big rebound for the Monarchs. Her team within 4.
So far, Sanborn Central Woonsocket only 1 offensive rebound. That's a good stat for Warner.
Basil in the left corner, setting up the offense, getting it back to Ashley Roselle. Schlosser swings it back to Basil. 6 minutes left to go here in this second quarter. Roselle, right wing for 3. Nope, and missed everything. Rebounded on the play by Rachel Selland.
So Maya Selland, she's favoring that finger on her left hand. Fortunately, it's not her shooting hand as we got a foul.
I don't know if she jammed it or might have broken a nail and she's trying to get it figured out, maybe just try to clean up a hangnail, whatever. She's been favoring it for a good 2-3 minutes out there on the floor.
Basil collects that foul for Warner, her first, team second.
Inbound coming underneath the hoop. It goes to Maya Selland near the free throw line. Got some contact inside the paint. Shot's no good. Rebounded by Carly Roselle. Warriors want to move it into the front court. Schlosser had her pass tipped. Basil recovers it. Now bounces it to Ashley Roselle. She'll slow things down. Back to Basil, left wing. They'll swing it around into the right corner. Monarchs with the 4-point edge here with 5:18 left to go. They can take their time at this point. Basil looks inside. No pressure coming. She'll kick it back to Schlosser. Basil in the left wing again.
2-3 zone for the Blackhawks.
Lob inside to Ristow. She bounces it to the right post. Carly Roselle with the putback. You mentioned it off the air earlier today. Ristow does so many good things out there on the floor, but perhaps what maybe is most underrated about her is her passing game. That was a brilliant bounce pass inside by Ristow a moment ago, and that finger we were talking about, they're going to have to try to get some blood cleaned up. It looks like it's on the left pinky. That's around the knuckle. They're going to try and put some tape on it just to try to stop the bleeding right now. We'll have a media timeout in a minute, and they'll be able to work on it some more. But it looks like Maya Selland will be okay.
They can't afford to lose her even for a few moments.
Especially down by 2 possessions here right now, 15-9. She's got it at the top of the key. It's a minor injury, nothing to be overly concerned about. Maya kicks it into the left corner. Weber wants another chance at 3. That time it's good. They're going to say it's a 2. Her foot was on the line, so it is not a 3. But all of a sudden, it's a 4-point game here with 4:28 left to go.
2-3 defense again for the Blackhawks.
Ball in the left corner. Schlosser will swing it back around to Basil in the right wing. Schlosser steps inside, now kicks it to Carly Roselle. Inside to Ashley. She bounces it back out. Monarchs taking their time here, up by 4. Basil in the right wing. Kicks it into the right corner, Ashley Roselle. Back to Caitlin Basil, inside Ristow. Had 4 defenders around her, but that means Carly Roselle, open with daylight, goes in for the easy layup.
Great vision by Miranda Ristow to spot the open player.
3:45 left to go here in this first half. Ball in the left wing, Weber kicks it inside, Shelby Selland down low, but the shot blocked. Rachel Selland thought she was fouled. No whistle. Just 2 team fouls for the Warner Monarchs in the first half. Sanborn Central Woonsocket has 4. The officials really letting them play here in this first half. Basil, left wing, swings it to Schlosser in the right wing. Look to her right now, crosses over with the left hand, kicks it back to Basil. Roselle in the left corner, double teamed, kicks it back outside. Warner again has the lead, so they can take their time. Basil inside, had some contact. Her shot might have been partially blocked. It went off the back of the iron, no good. Blackhawks down by 6. Pass into the right corner. Inside pass intended for Shelby Selland, but it's tipped away. Monarchs with the ball. 2:45 left to go. 3 from the left corner, off the left iron, no good. Rebounded by Weber.
Boy, back and forth we go here. The roof would have come off the place if that tray would have dropped.
That's the 11th rebound of the game for Sanborn Central Woonsocket. Shelby Selland, right post, off the glass, no good. 2 free throws coming up for Selland, though. Let's see who this one's on. 3rd team foul on the Monarchs.
Miranda Ristow, 2nd personal foul.
2:27 left to go here in this second quarter. Selland makes her first. (17-12) your score. Selland with her second attempt on the way. It's good. Media timeout on the floor. Warner leading Sanborn Central Woonsocket in your Class B championship, 17-13. Back with more from Huron after the break on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Great look of our floor here inside the Huron Civic Arena as we come back for the final 2:27 of this first half. It'll be the Monarchs with the ball and the 4-point lead. J.J. Hardigan, Steve Toon coming your way here on South Dakota Public Broadcasting, SDPB3, and online at sdpb.org. Championship Saturday. Carly Roselle finds Basil, long 2 from the right wing, no good. Schlosser runs it down, gets it to Ristow. She kicks it back outside. Carly Roselle finding Ashley Roselle in the left wing. They'll swing it back around the perimeter. Again, Warner with the lead. They don't need to rush anything, but they're looking for Ristow inside. Basil, right wing, throwing it up for Ristow. Her shot contested, gets her own rebound. The putback is good, and the foul. Ristow so strong inside. You can see again, we've talked about it all tournament long, Steve, that ball high up in the air. She was able to secure it. She kept it up in the air, and if she had any contact on the play, there was going to be a foul. She got the foul and the make, and now converts on the three-point play.
And that's the third personal foul on Rachel Sellen. She'll have to check out of the game in favor of Kayla Olson, number 30.
Ristow now has 7 first-half points. Carly Roselle has 5. Schlosser has 5 as well. Ashley Roselle kind of quiet in the first half here with just 3 first-half points for the Monarchs. And a near steal for Roselle. She recovers it on that near sideline on your screen. Minute 34 left to go. Warner with the 7-point lead, trying to build upon it. Roselle, right wing, kicks it up to Schlosser, right wing. Back into the corner.
Blackhawks staying in that 2-3 zone.
Ashley Roselle looked inside for Carly for a moment. They're trying to get it to Carly Roselle, but again, this defense from the Blackhawks has been closing up a lot of those interior passing lanes.
Yep. It's very tough to pass the ball into the paint when you got all those long arms.
Ristow finds Carly Roselle, left baseline shot no good. Ristow with the rebound, her shot no good. The ball's loose on the floor and a jump ball called. Possession arrow favors the Monarchs. That's a big time jump ball there. Nice job by Ashley Schlosser just to get her hands on it. She had 2 Blackhawks on either side of her.
Warner's doing a good job crashing the offensive glass, making problems for the Blackhawks.
Ball in the right corner. 3 from the right wing. Roselle in and out, no good. Rebounded by Shelby Sellen. Final 42 seconds of the first half. Maya Selland into the front court. They thought about the 3 momentarily there, but Morgan Selland couldn't pull the trigger. Shelby's jumper from the left side of the paint, no good. And a foul on the play. It'll go the other direction. That's the 6th team foul on Sanborn Central Woonsocket.
Second personal on Morgan Selland.
Blackhawks need to come up with a big stop here in the final 30 seconds. They're down by 7. They can ill afford to let alone give up 2, but they can't give up 3. They don't want to have a double-digit deficit heading into the locker room at halftime. Timeout called on the floor. It'll be a timeout for Warner. They want to talk things over the final 13 4/10 of a second.
Update from the A tournament. Third place game. Sioux Valley leads Oak Point Jefferson 41-37, about 6 minutes left to go. Switching over to the Double A tournament. They're in the championship game, and they are at halftime with Washington leading Mitchell 24-15. Macy Miller with 8 points. She has tied the Double A tournament scoring record. I believe that's Kelsey Connect. Has 13 points, top scorer for Sioux Falls, Washington. They're up by 9 at the break.
Yeah, taking a look at those numbers there for Macy Miller. We've kind of had a nightly Miller watch. 8.6 rebounds on the day. Nice job by Sioux Falls, Washington, really holding her in check there in the first half. Back to action here inside the Huron Civic Arena. We'll get you more stats from around the state in a couple minutes. Right now the ball into the hands of Ashley Roselle. Her foot on the line, kicks it back to Carly Roselle. Down to 3 seconds. Schlosser gets it to Basil. The 3, in and out, no good. That's how your first half comes to an end. The defending champion Warner Monarchs lead Sanborn Central Woonsocket into the halftime break, 20-13. We'll take a timeout, come back with some awards after the break here from the Class B Girls State Basketball Championship on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank.
Back inside the Huron Arena, it's halftime. Warner leading Sanborn Central Woonsocket 20-13. Halftime awards need to be presented. Let's send it over to our public address announcer, Josh Hader.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to once again direct your attention to the center of the playing court as we continue with the team awards. To present the awards to the 2 teams that played the first games this evening is a member of the Board of Directors of the South Dakota High School Activities Association, Eldon Marshall. Assisting with the awards and representing the association's corporate partners are Kathy Petra from Sanford Health, Mark Roselle from Farmers Union Insurance Agency, and Staff Sergeant Jason Bain from the South Dakota Army National Guard. The fourth place team in this year's tournament is the Hanson Beaverettes. Emily Brown, Erica Brown, Paige Smith, Sammy Doyle, Tamina Nelson, Caroline Weber, Taya Waldera, Sydney Dodd, Michaela Moe, Kennedy Cheeseman, Haley Doyle, Hannah Marquardt, Leah Marsh, Ashley Moe, Caitlin Gergen, Bridget Kaiser, Sarah Kaiser, Amanda Kaufman, and Caitlin Schrader. Team managers, Vanessa Doyle, Elizabeth Aaron, Morgan Huber. Statisticians, Brooks Leba, Heather Kaiser, Amber Thielen, Megan Gurick, Jenna Alberts, and Mandy Cobernews. The assistant coaches, Kim DeRouche, Darwin Pearson, student coach, Kimmy Brown, and the head coach, Jim Bridge. Winners of the game this evening. For third place, the Sully Buttes Chargers. Kayla Nelson, Remy Wenchez, Olivia Rausch, Bailey Bradford, Deidre Lamb, Audrey Johnson, Jerica Meniger, Hannah Weinheimer, Raquel Wentjes, Chloe Lamb, Erin Foth, Mindy Ravnus, Carly Stahl, Kristen Seek, Lacey Hepker, Marinda Archer, Rachel Guthmiller, Whitney Weinheimer, and Kirsten Marshall. Statistician, Nicole Mosiman. Assistant coaches, Tom Moore and Haley Miller. Head coach, Mark Seffner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if we can direct your attention to the area in front of the band. The tournament band that's been playing for today's session of the state basketball tournament is from Gettysburg High School, under the direction of Justin Jensen. In appreciation for the fine music the band has provided during the games, Joe Auk, Assistant Executive Director of the South Dakota High School Activities Association, is now presenting to Justin Jensen, the Director of Gettysburg High School, a plaque to commemorate the day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we again direct your attention to the center of the floor for the award that has become known as Spirit of Six. The Spirit of Six Award was created by the South Dakota Peace Offers Association as a memorial for the 6 cheerleaders from Rapid City who lost their lives in an airplane accident while returning to Rapid City from the 1968 Boys State A basketball tournament. As reported by the Rapid City Journal, the spirit epitomized by the Rapid City cheerleaders was best expressed with an inscription on a picture from one of the Rapid City cheerleaders to another member of the squad. The inscription said, "This year has been quite a challenge for everyone. You've got the qualities that a good cheerleader needs. I sure hope that we go to state basketball because that is definitely one of the better sides of cheerleading. Be happy and enjoy this year with all the memories." This award is based upon the cheerleaders' abilities displayed in the areas of crowd control, sportsmanship, enthusiasm, behavior, on the court, and dress. Cindy Gross and Kathy Meyer from the South Dakota Peace Offers Association Auxiliary are proud to present for the 37th year the trophy in memory of the 6 Rapid City cheerleaders to Sanborn Central Woonsocket High School. The cheerleaders are Tamra Mann, Taylor Cronin, Dana Opsal, Michelle Sarda, Sarah Basinger, Ashley Fry, and the coach is Melissa Wormstead. Ladies and gentlemen, your Sanborn Central Woonsocket cheerleaders. We want to once again direct your attention to the center of the floor for the presentation of the Spirit of Sue Award. Today would have been Sue Ann's 40th birthday. The Spirit of Sue Award was created as a memorial for Sue Ann Big Crow. She was best known for her accomplishments on the basketball court, but academic achievement and community involvement were equally important to her. The Spirit of Sue Award is given to an outstanding high school athlete participating at this tournament who not only shares Sue Ann's dreams and drive for academic and athletic excellence, but also strives to make life better for others through community service. The player is judged in the categories of outstanding athletic ability, leadership, character, sportsmanship, and grade point average. The beautiful colors of the quilt are symbolic of the 4 faces of people. Sue Ann had a dream that all races could complement each other and live in harmony, thus making the world as beautiful as the quilt we award tonight. Presenting the Spirit of Sue are Corey Borg and Mark Johnson of the Fraternal Order of Police, and Sue Ann's sister, Cece Big Crow, and Sue Ann's niece, Jamie, from the Visions of Sue Ann Big Crow Incorporated. This year's Spirit of Sue Award recipient is from Sanborn Central Woonsocket High School, Shelby Selland.
Well, congratulations to the Sanborn Central Woonsocket cheerleaders for getting their Spirit of Six award, and of course to Shelby for getting the Spirit of Sioux award. They kind of clean up the awards here and still have some work to do here as we get set for the second half. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get you some first half stats and preview that second half of action. Much more coming up from the Huron Civic Arena after this. The South Dakota Class B Girls State Basketball Championships continue next on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Championship event is brought to you in part by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Farmers Union Insurance, by SDN Communications, and by the Independent Insurance Agents of South Dakota.
Back inside the Huron Arena, we're just about ready to start the second half. Before we do, Steve, let's take a look at some stats from the first half of action.
Blackhawks are 5 of 20 from the floor for 25%. Warner is 7 of 22 for 32% individual scoring. Miranda Ristow was 7, 5 for Carly Roselle and JC Schlosser, 3 for Ashley Roselle. That's the Warner scoring. For the Blackhawks, it is 7 points for Maya Sellen, 2 each for Shelby Sellen, Morgan Sellen, and Marissa Weber. 3 of 3 from the free throw line for the Blackhawks, 5 of 9 from the free throw line for Warner. Only 1 3-pointer has been made, and that's been by Warner here in the first half. Rebounding, 19-12 advantage, Monarchs.
We are ready for the second half of action. 2 quarters left to decide who will be the 2014 Class B state champion in the state of South Dakota. Near turnover, Maya Sellen came in, tried to steal it back away, but a whistle blown. I think this is going to be called on Schlosser. If so, it'll be the first team foul on Warner here in this third quarter. It is, and her first personal foul of the day. Inbound goes to Maya Sellen. Her shot rattles around and falls through. She's got 9 on the day, 7 first half points. Schlosser into the front court. Basil finding Ristow. And that's going to be a travel. Schlosser got a little happy feet up there at the top of the key, Steve.
Yep, sometimes the long halftime can throw a player off. Schlosser with the foul and then the turnover. Interesting stat from the first half. Sanborn Central Woonsocket only got 1 offensive rebound.
7:25 left to go. Maya Sellen gets the bucket to go. She's got the first 4 points of the second half for Sanborn Central Woonsocket, and she single-handedly brought her team back within 3.
Well, she's got 11 of their 17 points. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, she's just a freshman.
Ball in the left wing. Schlosser with it at the top of the key. Ashley Roselle finds Ristow. She thought about the long 2, instead kicks it back around the perimeter. Basil. Now to Ristow in the left baseline. Back outside again. Bounce pass back to Ristow. Outside, Ashley Roselle for 3. That one's good! Hand in her face the whole way, but she gets it to fall.
That's her first field goal of the game.
She's got 6 points on the day, but again, her first 3 points came from the free throw line. Maya gets it inside. Pass tipped. Sellen had the rebound. That's Shelby triple teamed, and they're going to say a travel. This place is going bananas in Huron. 23-17 with 6:22 left to go in the third quarter.
It's not quite a sellout, but I'd say this place is about 90+% full tonight for this great matchup.
These fans have hung out all weekend as Ristow tries the long 2, no good. Rebounded underneath. Picking up the board there for Sanborn Central Woonsocket, Rachel Sellen. That's Maya right side of the paint. Her shot off the glass, no good. Rebound underneath for the Blackhawks. Put back from Shelby Sellen, no good. Their bench wanted a foul but didn't get it inside with now under 6 minutes left to go in the third.
Yeah, the Blackhawks haven't had too many second chances. They need to capitalize if they get an offensive rebound.
23-17 your score. Ball in the right wing. Schlosser. Back to Ashley Roselle in the right corner. They're going to play a little catch around the perimeter. Schlosser finds Basil, left corner. She wants a 3, in and out, no good. Ball tipped off of Roselle's back. Saved by Warner, but it's Maya Sellen in the front court. 1 player to beat. Left-handed layup is good.
Wild the play, out of control, but in the end, the Blackhawks get the bucket.
Just over 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Slosher inside the paint, kicks it outside Basil. High pass, Basil tried to lob it back inside, but Carly Roselle wasn't ready for it. Turnover Monarchs.
I don't think she could have got to it either way had she been anticipating it. The pass was just off the mark.
Three from the right wing off the backside of the iron. Basil with the rebound. No whistle on the play with lots of contact between Basil and Shelby Sellen. Slosher with a soft right-handed pass. And it goes out of bounds in front of the Monarchs bench. Looked like she wanted to stop and hold on to it for a second. But we've got immediate timeout on the floor. Listen to this crowd roar inside the Huron Arena. We'll be back with more from the State B Girls Basketball Championships on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank.
Back inside the Huron Arena, getting a great look at our crowd here tonight. Sanborn Central Woonsocket with a spirited effort to start this third quarter of action, outscoring Warner 6-3 thus far in the period. 4:30 left to go. Shelby Sellen getting the pass across the half-court line. I'm J.J. Hardigan. He's Steve Toom. That's Maya Sellen in for the big right-handed layup.
15 points on the night. All but 6 of the points for the Blackhawks scored by the 6'1 freshman.
Pass inside. Carly Roselle to Ristow for the right-handed finish.
Oh, nifty play by the Monarchs. That gets their fans back into it.
4-point Warner lead, 25-21, 4 minutes left to go. Pass into the left wing, Weber. Looking to her right now, puts it at the top of the key to Maya Sellen. Back to Weber in the left corner. She's going to try the three. Good! It's a 1-point game, and the Blackhawks are going to call a timeout. And a player down on the baseline for Warner. It'll be a 30-second timeout for Sanborn Central Woonsocket. I believe it's Carly Roselle who's down and injured on the floor. We will stick with the action on the floor inside the Huron Civic Arena, but that three-pointer a moment ago, Steve, nearly took the lid off of this arena. We just hope that Carly Roselle's okay after the play.
Yep. She's down along the baseline underneath the basket. Didn't see what happened. The trainers are out there tending to her. We got to update final score, third place game from the Class A tournament. Sioux Valley defeats Elk Point Jefferson 56-52.
Roselle getting up and appears to be okay, taking a little stroll back to the bench. She's trying to tough this one out. 3:45 left to go.
Get you an update from the AA quickly. It's getting close. 2.5 minutes left to go, third quarter. Washington leads Mitchell 34-31. Macy Miller, 17 points, 8 rebounds. She owns the AA tournament scoring record. She's closing in on the all-time, all-tournament record. I think she needs 26 points to get to that mark, set by Alex Nealand of Summit back in 2010 at the B tournament.
Nealand, of course, playing for the Augustana Vikings now in her college playing days.
And Shelby Sellen will be joining her next year. Miranda Ristow, number 54 there. She'll be playing at Northern next year for basketball. So Shelby Sellen and Miranda Ristow, they're going to get to square off many a time here over the next several years. Two great basketball players.
Fans have been entertained with some outstanding basketball in Huron all weekend long. This one could very well come down to the wire, and we've said that basically all day long. We've had 3, now 4 absolutely outstanding games here at the Class B tournament. It's Warner with the 1-point lead and the ball. Basil in the left wing, getting it to Slosher, and now into the right wing to Roselle. Ashley Roselle with the step back, kicks it outside. Basil swinging it around into the right wing. They're looking inside. Carly Roselle kicks it back outside. Ashley Roselle with the long 2. That one's good.
This lady 5 points in the period.
She's got 8 on the day as Maya Sellen kicks the ball into the left wing. 3 on the way. That one's good. Weber with another 3. She's got 8 on the day. We're all tied up at 27. 2:52 left to go. Basil, long 2 left wing, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Shelby Sellen. The Blackhawks of Sanborn Central Woonsocket with the ball, a chance to take the lead. Double dribble in the left corner.
Good defense by Warner.
That was Rachel Sellen, and she was pleading her case with the officials, but to no avail. 2:37 left to go here in the third quarter. It'll be Warner trying to retake the lead.
Blackhawks sticking in that 2-3 zone.
Ashley Roselle swings it back to Basil. Her pass tipped away, intended for Carly Roselle. And it'll be Maya Sellen to bring it up, getting it to the top of the key.
Pass happened too quickly. Carly Roselle was not in the spot that pass was thrown to.
Pass to the free throw line off the fingertips of Shelby Sellen, a little bit offline. Shelby was on the right high post, and that one went more towards the middle part of the free throw line. Minute 55 left to go now in this third quarter. 27 all your score in the Class B state championship game in Huron. Ball tipped out of bounds by Weber. Marissa Weber having herself a day. 8 points. She's been all over the floor defensively. Couple big threes here in the second half.
We've only had 1 foul called this entire second half.
Ball in the left corner. Up at the top of the key now. That's Ashley Roselle. Dribbles up to the free throw line. Floater from 10 feet away is good. 29-27, Warner with the 2-point edge.
1-2-2 zone for Warner with Ashley Roselle out high.
Weber in the left wing gets the pass. Rachel Sellen looking inside. Getting it down low to Shelby Sellen, but her shot off the right side of the iron. Ristow might have tipped it for a moment inside. She had help there defensively. Again from Carly Roselle, who's been able to stay in after the injury.
Yeah, Carly Roselle, for a moment she would have to come out of the game, but she made a good defensive play there with Ristow.
Kind of wonder if maybe she just had the wind knocked out of her. Either way, it's Ashley Roselle kicking it into the right corner. Ristow back to the top of the key. 48 seconds remain here in the third quarter. Basil in the left wing, getting it to Ristow. Back to Slosher, top of the key. She crosses over to the left hand at the free throw line, finding Basil. She was open. Didn't take it, though. Down to 35 seconds. Carly Roselle, pass inside to Ristow. Somehow got it inside to her. The foul and the bucket.
What a catch by Ristow. And that foul will be on Shelby Sellen. That is her first. But how did that pass get to Ristow in the first place?
There were 2 defenders inside. Carly Roselle going fearless, trying to get it inside of their big post player, and Ristow completing the old-fashioned 3-point play there. 32-27, Warner back in front by 5. Down to the final 25 seconds here in the third quarter.
Mitchell has tied Washington after 3 periods at the double-A at 35 apiece.
Championships across the state of South Dakota going on here this Saturday evening. We've got great games in all corners of the state. We'll keep you updated as best we can with Maya Sellen, right wing, dribbling inside, splits a defender, too strong off the glass, no good. Warner with the last second shot, and it will be well short. We have completed 3 quarters in Huron. Warner 32, Sanborn Central Woonsocket 27. 8 minutes left to go in regulation. We'll be back with more from the Class B state championships right here on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank.
Back in Huron as we get set for the fourth quarter of action. 8 minutes left to decide your 2014 champion of the Class B South Dakota State title game. Warner with the ball and the lead. Slosher at the top of the key will set up the offense for the Monarchs. She tried to bounce it inside, but a kick ball goes off the foot of Weber. It will stay Monarchs ball in front of their own bench.
4 timeouts left for the Monarchs, 3 left for the Blackhawks. 1 team foul on both teams. They're letting them play here tonight.
32-27, your score, ball in the right wing. Ashley Roselle getting it back to Slosher at the top of the key. They've got Ristow in the right corner. She thought about it. Goes back to Roselle. She steps inside. Long two's good. Roselle with 12 on the day.
She had 23 in the first game, 13 last night.
Selland inside, had her shot blocked by Ristow. It'll be Monarchs ball.
Great interior defense by Warner.
3-possession game inside the Huron Civic Arena. 34-27 your score. Warner with the lead, trying to add to it. Just one foul for each team so far in this second half. Carly Roselle kicks it into the left wing. And again, the Monarchs are going to run as much time off the clock as they can here. No shot clock at the Class B level.
Shelby Selland last night, 34 points. Tonight, just 2.
Carly Roselle in the left wing. Her hand swatted on the play there, rather, by Rachel Selland. Selland tried to make something happen, but they're going to get Rachel for the foul. That'll be her 4th.
Yeah, not a lot of fouls called, unfortunately, for the Blackhawks. Most of the fouls have been concentrated on one player, one of their key players, in Rachel Selland, who averages 7.5 points and 5 rebounds a game.
And she's got 4 of the 7 team fouls tonight as Basil grabs that ball out of midair before it goes into the second row of seats. She gets it back from Slosher now in the left wing. Ashley Roselle, top of the key, swings it into the right wing to Ristow. Monarchs around the perimeter here. And a 3-second violation. Carly Roselle camped out a little too long. The Blackhawks called for it about 2-3 seconds earlier from their bench. I could hear it from the just inside my headset here, but they got the call they wanted, and that could be a game changer here. We'll have to see how the Blackhawks respond now with 6:08 left to go.
A modified zone defense here.
Ball to Shelby Selland. She bounces it inside. Rachel's shot blocked by Ristow, but 2 free throws coming up. Ristow got a little too much of the shooting hand that time of Rachel Selland. And now 2 free throws coming up. That's Ristow's 3rd.
Yep, had the clean block, but there was contact down low. Body foul.
Rachel Selland at the free throw line. Her first off the iron, hits it twice and falls away. 5:58 left to go. One more free throw coming up.
Rachel Selland yet to score tonight.
Second attempt off the left side of the iron. Roselle with the rebound underneath.
Carly Roselle's been big on the boards tonight for Warner.
That's Ashley Roselle in the right wing. She'll get it up to the top of the key now, swinging it around the perimeter again. Warner trying to milk more time off this clock. Selland finding Slosher in the right wing. She's looking for Roselle inside, but a great job by Weber to keep her locked up from the right post. They're going to look at her again. Ristow getting a double team now, and the ball tipped out of bounds off the fingertips of Slosher in front of her own bench. Blackhawks need to take advantage of the Monarch turnover here and now with 5:24 left to go.
Let's see, Warner, kind of a 1-1-3 zone defense as far as how they're lining up.
They got it outside to Weber in the left wing. They're trying to get it inside to Maya Selland, and a foul as she tried to pick up the ball again. Let's see who this one's on. There was a lot of contact inside that time, Steve. And I believe they just got Ristow for her 4th.
Indeed they did. Kayla Olson checks out, and Rachel Selland with her 4 fouls checks in. No activity from the bench for Warner. Ristow stays out there with 4 fouls and a lot of time left.
Maya Selland, left side of the paint, goes in strong off the glass with the finish. She's determined as ever out there on the floor. 17 points on the day for the freshman. Under 5 minutes left to go in regulation. Ashley Roselle puts the ball to the floor with the left-handed dribble. They'll swing it around to Slosher in the left wing. Roselle wants it again at the top of the key. She'll move to the left side of the paint all day to work with. Foul on the play. Boy, she had about as open a lane as you'll find. Drew the contact and will go to the line for 2. They're going to get that on Shelby Selland.
Yep, only her 2nd.
Free throw attempt off the backside of the iron there, no good.
That makes her 3 of 5 from the free throw line tonight.
Second attempt coming up. And that one's in and out, no good.
Did they have the buzzer sound inadvertent?
Inadvertent buzzer here on the floor. We will keep play going here with 4:35 left to go. 34-29 your score. That ball was about halfway down before it popped going back in and out. Either way, the Blackhawks with the ball. Weber in the left wing. She's been the hot three-point shooter here in the second half. 2 makes from beyond the arc. She wants it again in the left wing. Good! It's a 2-point game and a timeout on the floor called by Sanborn Central Woonsocket. We'll stick with it here in Huron. Let's take a look quickly at that game from the AA tournament, Steve, and see if we can't get an update.
Yep, 4 minutes left to go, fourth quarter. Washington leads Mitchell 43-39. Macy Miller 19 points, 10 rebounds. Valesky has 13 points for Mitchell. Connect 15 points for Washington. And Sydney Cole in double figures with 10 for the Washington Warriors. Still a lot of time left in that game.
And from the A tournament right now, that game is in the fourth quarter, I believe. No, actually, it has just gone final in the third place game. Sioux Valley got the win, 56-52 over Elk Point Jefferson.
Yep, so they'll be getting ready to go with that championship game out west between St. Thomas More and Winter. That's on SDPB2 television.
4:17 left to go. We will have a media timeout coming up at the next stoppage in play. But right now, a 2-point game. We're going to stick with it here, and this crowd has been into it from start to finish tonight. Both fan sections feeling it here now with 4:17 left to go.
Yep, this arena, again, 90 to 95% full. But we got the best seats in the house right here on SDPB3 television.
We're ready to go. Here's Carly Roselle, gets the inbound. It'll be Warner with the ball. Pass into the right wing. That's Carly Roselle. She'll stop about 5 feet away from the right side of the paint. Shot no good. 4 minutes even left to play. Blackhawks with a chance to tie or take the lead with this possession. They've been close. They wanted the 3 there for a moment, but Morgan Sellen couldn't pull the trigger. Maya Sellen kicks it into the left corner. That's Weber. She wanted the 3 too. She's been red hot with 3 3-point buckets. She'll try one from the corner. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Carly Roselle.
Another big defensive rebound for Carly Roselle.
Sanborn Central Woonsocket has outscored Warner 5-2 here in the fourth quarter to get back in this game, but the Monarchs can rebuild their lead here if they can get a bucket. Pass inside, Ristow. Thought she was fouled and now is. A late whistle inside, but it'll send her to the line. They're going to get that on Weber.
That's only her first.
Weber asking what she did, but she doesn't agree with the explanation from the officials. Ristow at the free throw line. It's good. Sub checking in for Sanborn Central Woonsocket. Rachel Sellen checking in. It'll be Kayla Olson checking out for the Blackhawks. 3-point lead right now for the Monarchs as Ristow makes her second. Timeout on the floor. We've got a media timeout. Warner leading Sanborn Central Woonsocket by 4. We've got 3:16 left to go. Back with more from the Huron Civic Arena after this on South Dakota Public TV. Back inside the Huron Arena, 3:16 left to go, 36-32 your score. Warner with the 4-point lead. It'll be the Blackhawks with the ball, 3:16 left to go. I'm JJ Hardigan. He's Steve Toon. We're glad that you're able to join us here on SDPB3 and online at sdpb.org.
What a game this has been, and we got a long way to go before this one is decided. 14 fouls on the Blackhawks, 3 so far on the Monarchs.
Pass nearly taken away. Now it is by Ashley Roselle. She'll throw it off of Weber's foot, I believe.
Yes.
And it will be Warner ball. Great court recognition that time by Ashley Roselle to force it off the Blackhawks' feet. It'll be Warner ball now with an even 3 minutes left to play. 3 timeouts remain for Warner. They called a timeout at our media break, so they charged them for it. We took our timeout, so they will be charged that timeout. But they have 3 remaining. As the pass goes inside to Roselle, she bounces it instead to a wrist now. Great pass inside by Carly Roselle.
What vision by Carly Roselle.
Foul on the play as Maya Selland went inside, tried to get the pass back to the free throw line. She's fouled while in the air, so I believe they will not say it's a shot, so it will be a foul though on the Monarchs. Second on Basil. Ball inside and a foul on the play. Now a couple free throws coming up. Morgan Selland going back to the charity stripe.
Quickly, Caitlin Basil just picked up her 3rd personal foul.
Sanborn Central Woonsocket 3 of 5 from the free throw line tonight. This will be her first attempt, and it misses off the right side of the iron.
Morgan Selland 59% on the year. This is her first time at the free throw line tonight. Olsen in, and Rachel Selland checking out right now for the Blackhawks.
Second attempt is good. 2.5 minutes left to go to decide your champion at the Class B level. South Dakota High School basketball here inside the Huron Civic Arena. Carly Roselle finds Basil in the left wing. Her pass nearly taken away, and now a foul called on Sanborn Central Woonsocket's Kayla Olsen. That'll be her first.
Still got a few fouls to go yet before we get to some free throws for either team.
Yeah, both teams with 1 foul left to give before we get to the bonus. 5 team fouls apiece here with 2:15 left to go. Slosher finds wrist now in the right corner and a foul on the play. Carly Roselle got ran over by 2 Sanborn Central Woonsocket players. Love to see who this one's on.
And that's going to be on Maya Selland. That's just her 2nd personal foul, but that is the 16th foul on the Blackhawks.
Inbound will come from Ashley Roselle from the right baseline with 2:10 left to go. Giving it to Carly Roselle. Back to Ashley in the right corner, and another foul. This is going to be called on Maya Selland. She again tried to get around that screen and pushed her way through. 7th team foul on the Monarchs. Or correction, on the Blackhawks.
Yep, 3rd personal on Maya Selland. So now it's free throw time as Olsen will check out and Rachel Selland checks back in.
2:06 left to go. Carly Roselle at the free throw line. 1 of 2 from the stripe today. Her attempt is no good off the iron. Maya Selland with the rebound. She went sky high to get that one. She's going to race all the way into the front court. Too strong off the iron. Got her own rebound, though. Power dribble was tipped out of her fingertips, and Ristow comes away with it. Maya Selland a little out of control there on that last play, and now she's picked up another foul. That'll be her 4th.
And now big sister Shelby has to come over, give her some advice. A lot of time left still. 1:50 on the clock. The lead is 5 for Warner.
Just a 2-possession game, not like this game is out of reach, but sending Ashley Roselle to the free throw line. And they're lucky she missed that one. Roselle probably wanted that one back. He didn't get the shooter's touch that time.
Ashley Roselle has missed 3 free throws in a row.
Maya Selland into the right corner. They'll get it back to the top of the key. Weber kicks it into the right wing. That's Rachel Selland. Back to Maya, left wing for 3. Good! Timeout called by the Blackhawks. 1:31 left to go. Well, the talk from the big sister must have worked. Maya got herself composed over there in the left wing. She had about as open a look as you're going to see, Steve, and knocked it down cool as the other side of the pillow. 1:22 left at the AA tournament. Washington leads Mitchell 49-45. Macy Miller with 23. Connect with 15, the leading scores for their respective teams. Here, shooting stats, 14 of 33 is Warner from the floor, 14 of 37 for Sanborn Central. Warner 2 of 7 from beyond the arc. The Blackhawks are 4 of 13. Rebounding, 26-22 the edge
to Warner. Turnovers, 12 for the Blackhawks, 8 for Warner.
Taking a look at the numbers today alone for Maya Sellen. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. She's 50% from the floor today, shooting overall 8 of 16. She's knocked down 1 of 2 threes. Her only make from beyond the arc today, Steve, perhaps the biggest of her young career.
Yet. Miranda Ristow leading the way for Warner, 16 points. Remember, she has 4 fouls. So does Morgan Sellen. So does Maya Sellen.
Minute 31 left to go. Monarchs with the ball. They'll inbound it underneath Sanborn Central Woonsocket's hoop. 38-36. Warner with the lead and the ball. It'll be Ristow across the half-court line, guarded by Maya Sellen.
Man-to-man now.
Ristow, right side of the paint. Little jumper from 8 feet away off the left side of the iron. Weber with the rebound. Minute 10 left to go. Maya Sellen with the ball at the top of the key. Game high 20 points. She's got it in the right wing. Looking inside for Shelby Sellen. Instead goes left wing. That's Morgan Sellen. Inside to Shelby. Her shot off the glass. Too strong. Rebounded by Ristow. She'll hand it off to Slosher. 48 seconds left to go. Again, 3 timeouts remain for the Monarchs. Just 1 for Sanborn Central Woonsocket. Pass nearly taken away at the top of the key, and now a foul called on Morgan Sellen at the free throw line. She tried to reach in around Basil, and it'll be Caitlin Basil to the line here for the Monarchs.
And Basil, only a 45% free throw shooter on the season. It's the 1-and-1. She has yet to score tonight.
I suppose if you had to foul somebody, if you're the Blackhawks, that's the one you want to send to the line. But Basil looked pretty comfortable there as the timeout's called. There will be a timeout called by the Blackhawks, and that, I believe, is their last timeout of the game. They have none remaining.
Indeed it is. 44 seconds left at the AA over in Brookings. 52-47 Washington on top.
What a night of basketball. What a weekend of basketball, really, from the Huron Arena. Let's let you just see the sights and sounds from across the Huron Civic Arena. What a crowd. A look at Sanborn Central Woonsocket's bench. They are now out of timeouts, but they're still very much in this game, Steve. It all depends on what happens in this 1-and-1 situation at the line for the young Caitlin Basil. Again, scoreless on the day, but she's going to the free throw line here in a big spot in this game.
I'll tell you what, Basil may not have scored, but she's played that classic good floor game. Solid defense, making plays that maybe not necessarily show up in the stat book. She's been a key component tonight for Warner's success so far.
Here we go. 35 and 4/10 of a second remain. Warner with a 2-point lead. Basil at the line. And she missed. Ball tipped. Recovered by Ristow. Her shot blocked by Shelby Sellen. Taken away by Weber. Here's Maya Sellen with the ball into the front court. Blackhawks with a chance to tie or take the lead. Inside, Shelby Sellen off the glass and good! 20 seconds left to go. We're all tied up at 38. Timeout called by Warner. They have 2 timeouts remaining. 13 and 4/10 of a second left to get the game winner.
What a steal by Marissa Weber. She read the eyes of Ristow, who was bottled up in the paint, tried to pass it outside. I think it was to Carly Roselle, but Weber stepped in and took away the pass, and a nice feed down low. And that's only the 4th point on the night for Shelby Sellen. Update from the A tournament. They're just underway. St. Thomas More leading winner 8-5. That's out in Spearfish. Meanwhile, Washington leading Mitchell 53-47 with 33 seconds left in that one.
Again, earlier on this season, these 2 teams met. Warner won the initial battle 50-40. This is a team in Warner trying to go back-to-back as Class B state champions in the state of South Dakota, not only in basketball, they've already done it in volleyball. Trying to complete back-to-back champs in 2 sports. It's never been done in that school. They're trying to do it here tonight, but Sanborn Central Woonsocket hoping for a big defensive stand here, Steve, to perhaps send this one into overtime. Still plenty of time for a steal for Sanborn Central too, so we'll have to see what happens.
9 team fouls on Sanborn Central Woonsocket, just 5 on Warner. So if Warner gets the ball stolen, they can commit a foul and stop a play, maybe a layup attempt.
10 seconds left to go. Ashley Roselle being guarded by Maya Sully. Right side of the paint. Ashley Roselle called for a double dribble.
Yep, that's the right call. But no timeouts left for the Blackhawks. They're going to have to get it up court in a hurry. And Warner, if they want to, well, they're going to call a timeout right now and get organized. But this is a situation. Warner still has a foul to give.
Well, we've talked about the tremendous play of the Sellens all game long. It's been Shelby Sellen last night. Now tonight, Maya Sellen leading the way. But the big story, Marissa Weber, 3 of 7 from three-point land. You got to think from where they're going to be inbounding it, they might only have a chance for a 3. They might try to create a play for her. With her hot hand here tonight, 11 points, 4 of 9 shooting overall. Wouldn't be surprised if it's Weber to get the last look.
Yeah, considering she has 11 points on the night, she's nailed 3 three-pointers here in the second half. The thing you have to keep in mind for Warner, you don't want to foul a shooter in the act of shooting, but to prevent a breakaway, a foul on the floor doesn't hurt Warner. They've only got 5 team fouls, so they've got a foul to give. So if something breaks down, they can stop things.
This is why we get into sports. This is probably one of the most exciting finishes you'll see. It comes down to this, 3 4/10 of a second. We're all tied up at 38.
Everybody standing.
It'll be Rachel Sellen to inbound it. She fakes a pass, now gets it to Maya. Across the half-court line, she's fouled. The shot no good. That'll only be the 6th foul on Warner. They will say it was not in the act of shooting.
I don't think it was.
Nope.
I think it's the right call. It was a foul on the floor, and that was the one Warner had to give. They had a bit of a breakdown defensively.
We're going to see what the officials decided on. They were talking. There will be an inbound coming in front of Sanborn Central Woonsocket's bench. They're going to see if maybe some time can get put back on the clock here. There was 7/10 of a second remaining as we stand. The officials are at the scorer's table trying to figure out how they want to approach this. Now they can use replay if needed in the championship game, but it hasn't been used all that much. They're going to put 1.2 seconds back on the clock. So there will be time for the Blackhawks to get one final shot away, but they're going to have to do something quick. It'll be Rachel Sellen to inbound. They're trying to make sure the Sanborn Central Woonsocket bench is sitting. Ashley Roselle to cover the inbounder, Rachel Sellen. It'll go to Maya, left wing. She gets the shot off. No good. They tried to say there was a foul. The whistle blew. The quarter comes to an end. We go to overtime. 38 your score. 38 all your score, I should say. We'll take a quick timeout. No, we won't. We will actually stick with the action here inside the Huron Arena. 4 minutes of overtime basketball coming your way. Steve, let's take a quick look around the rest of the state.
All right, update from the AA. 8 seconds left. Sioux Falls, Washington leading Mitchell 55-51. The Warriors trying to hang on for a victory there. The Colonels were runner-up last year. They're trying to get back and win the title this year, but time is against them. Meanwhile, late first quarter out at the A tournament in Spearfish. St. Thomas More out in front of Winter early on, 13-9. That game on SDPB2. The AA is on SDPB1 television. Here, we're heading into overtime, and I'm thinking a couple of years ago we had Newell and Summit. You and I were working that game. That one ended up in double overtime. 2 unbeaten teams were in that matchup. It was a great game. We've had a fantastic one here tonight. So many great athletes on the floor, and we're not done yet. Now, remember the foul situation. If Warner commits a foul, it's the 1-and-1. The next foul committed by the Blackhawks, it's the double bonus in 2 free throws.
Sanborn Central Woonsocket will have 1 timeout remaining. Warner will have 2. We've got a 4-minute overtime period coming your way. Inside the center circle, it'll be Shelby Sellen for the Blackhawks. Miranda Ristow for the Monarchs. tip will go to the Monarchs. Again, they will work from right to left on your TV screens. Ball at the top of the key. Pass inside, wrist out. Turnaround off the iron. It floated around there for a moment. No good. Rebounded by the Blackhawks.
Oh, so close, but the iron was not kind to wrist out that time. But that was the play that Warner wanted to run. They got the look that they wanted.
Blackhawks tied up the game, but couldn't get the game-winning shot at the buzzer. They got the chance to take the lead now here in the overtime period. It was a 20-13 halftime lead for Warner. Blackhawks came screaming back with a double-digit effort in the third quarter just to get back into this game. 14 points in all scored in the third quarter. Three from the right corner, no good. Rebounded by Ristow. It'll be Basil to bring it out. Roselle brings it inside the paint, gets some contact, and a foul called on Shelby Selling.
That'll be her third. Double bonus time. But Ashley Roselle, rather, has missed her last 3 free throws.
This one's good, however, and she'll have another with the Monarchs retaking a 1-point lead. Second one's good. 40-38 your score.
What a game we have had here tonight. Zone again for Warner. Here's a long shot.
No good from the left corner from Weber. Rebounded by Carly Roselle.
Carly Roselle has just been fantastic with her defensive rebounding tonight.
40-38 your score. 2:27 left to go. Warner with a 2-point lead, trying to add to it here. Slosher at the top of the key. She's got 5 today, but the pass into the right wing off the hands of Roselle. It'll be Maya Selling inside the paint. The bucket's good. No foul on the play. Blackhawks wanted a foul, but we've got a tied game as they let play continue. 2 minutes left to go. We're knotted up at 40. Basil in the left wing. Gets it to Roselle in the right wing. She'll dribble up to the baseline, but a foul. Riding the left hip of Roselle the entire way in was Morgan Selling.
Roselle missed 3 in a row, but then made her last 2.
Now she's made 3 in a row.
She's a 77% free throw shooter on the year, 6 foot and a junior, 18.5 points, 4 rebounds per game.
She's got 15 here tonight, make it 16 as she makes her second. Back to a 2-point Warner lead. Again, the defending champions at the Class B level here in the state of South Dakota trying to defend their title tonight. They had to go to an extra overtime period. Shelby Selling's jumper no good. Ball tipped off the hands of Slosher into Roselle's hands. And it'll be Ashley Roselle to bring it out. 1.5 minutes left to go. 42-40 your score. Roselle right side of the paint, no good. Rebounded by Maya Selling. And now a foul is Ashley Roselle. Got a little too much contact as Maya tried to move into the front court. That's the 17th foul on Warner, so a 1-and-1 situation coming up here now for Maya Selling.
Just the 1-and-1.
Free throw attempt on the way from the freshman. Nothing but net.
Final score, Washington defeats Mitchell 58-51 to claim the AA title. Macy Miller ends her career 25 points and 11 rebounds.
Selling's second attempt in and out, no good. 42-41 your score, Warner by 1. They've got the ball here with 1:15 left to go. 17 fouls for the Monarchs, 10 for Sanborn Central Woonsocket. 1:05 left to go. Carly Roselle passes it inside. That's Ristow. Her shot is good off the glass. 3-point game with 55 seconds left to go. Maya Selling into the front court. Lost the handle inside. Tried to split 2 defenders. Carly Roselle picks it up. And a foul called on Weber. Still 45 and 2/10 of a second left to go, but the march to the other end of the floor. It'll be Ashley Roselle, I believe, going to the free throw line, and it will be. She's got 2 coming up.
I was just about to say, the Blackhawks didn't need to look for a three-point shot. Maya Sell was trying that little jump step, but just lost the handle.
Free throw's good.
Now it's a 2-possession game. Again, even if she makes it, if you're Sanborn Central Woonsocket, you don't have to launch the 3 right away.
Second attempt is good. 5-point lead with 45 seconds to go. Weber into the front court, gets it into the left wing. Pass up to the top of the key. Selling back to Weber in the left wing. Thought about the 3. They got to get a shot off soon here. Weber's wide open. Taking it from the left wing. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Carly Roselle. And a jump ball called. Possession arrow favors Sanborn Central Woonsocket. So they catch a break. 26 and 9/10 of a second left. Again, they've got to get something here soon. Doesn't necessarily need to be a 3. They've got to find a way to get some points. Inbound going to the right wing. They'll try a 3. No good. Tipped out of bounds by Basil. It will stay Blackhawks ball.
That's not necessarily a bad play by Basil. She tapped it out of bounds, couldn't get the rebound. Gives her defense a chance to reset.
Rachel Sully with the inbound. Getting it to Maya at the top of the key. She'll kick it into the left wing. 3 on the way. Blocked! Recovered by Shelby Sully in line. She's fouled. She'll go to the line for 2.
And I think Ristow might have just fouled out of the game for Warner. And she has.
17 and 7/10 of a second remaining. 46-41, Warner with the lead. They're going to have to figure out who they want to bring in. I believe it's going to be Gascoigne. Gary Gascoigne checking in as Ristow checks out.
Ristow 18 points, 9 rebounds on the night in her final game for the Warner Monarchs. Gascoigne's a pretty good player in her own right. We haven't seen her tonight. 3 points, 2 rebounds, but she is a senior. She's 6 foot tall.
Maddie Vermillion checks in for the Blackhawks. Sitting down will be Morgan Seller.
They got to figure you got Olsen and Vermillion in there to be the designated foulers to stop the clock.
Well, Vermillion's got some nice hands. She can maybe get a steal as well. She's in there more for defensive purposes as well. 17 and 7/10 to go. But the free throw no good from Shelby Selling.
Selling normally good, an 83% free throw shooter on the season.
Second attempt on the way. That's no good. In and out. Rebounded by Ashley Roselle, and she'll go to the other end of the floor for more.
Boy, huge missed opportunity there for the Blackhawks. They had a chance to score with no time ticking off the clock. Now it's 2 free throws on the other end with the double bonus.
She makes them both. Pretty much ices this game. It would be a 3-possession lead for the Monarchs. If she makes just 1, still a chance for Sanborn Central Woonsocket. Here's the first. 6-point lead. 19 points on the day for Ashley Roselle. Second attempt is good. It is a 7-point lead for the Monarchs. They'll take a timeout with 16 and 2/10 of a second left to go. 48-41 your score. We have had an exciting one here tonight. We couldn't decide it in 4 quarters. These 2 teams pushed it to overtime. Warner has led throughout much of this game, and they extended their lead here into this overtime period, now to a 7-point lead.
What an overtime for Ashley Roselle. I have her 8 of 8 in the overtime period from the free throw line. Just a fantastic night for that young lady, and just a junior, folks. We'll have the awards ceremony, the all-tournament team at the conclusion of this contest. Stay with us here for the finale of what has been a very good Class B tournament on SDPB3 television. And now I'm sure the first thing that Coach Stuart Boley told his team, don't foul.
Inbound coming to the Blackhawks. It'll be Maya Sellen on the near sideline on your screen, bringing it up. Right wing for three. That's good. Big shot there from Maya Sellen. Brings her team within striking distance. Still a two-possession game, though. They need a quick stop. Timeout called by the Blackhawks.
Yep, and now they are out of timeouts. And they're going to have to get a steal very quickly. If not, they have to commit the foul. Maya Sellen, 26 points on the night. That's what I have her down for. Ashley Roselle with 20. Ristow with 18 when she fouled out. But I tell you what, Basil hasn't scored. She's been an unsung hero defensively. Again, playing that great floor game for Warner. Schlosser at times, she looked like she was a little nervous, but she's played a good game tonight. And Carly Roselle, defensive rebounding tonight, has just been outstanding for the Warner Monarchs.
9 7/10 of a second remain. It's a 4-point game, 48-44 your score. Number 4 Warner, the defending champions, looking to make it back-to-back titles in both basketball and volleyball.
Never been done.
Nope, they've already done it at the volleyball side of things. Now trying to finish it off on the hardwood. It'll be Warner to inbound it underneath the Blackhawks bench. Full court pressure coming. They'll try the baseball pass into the front court. That'll be Basil now trying to run it out. And a foul with 5 7/10 of a second remaining. They'll send Roselle back to the line.
That was Alexis Basil who checked into the game. She caught the pass, did the 5'3" freshman, flung it across the court to big sister Caitlin, the junior, and they got the long pass into the front court, just what Warner wanted.
Free throw's no good at the line for Roselle, so still life for the Blackhawks.
And I'm sure, again, the last thing Stuart Boley is saying, the first and last thing is don't foul.
Again, if a three-point bucket is made and a foul, it could be a 4-point play. But a 5-point lead now for the Monarchs, 49-44. Into the front court. Maya Sellen, the three, no good, and that'll do it. The Warner Monarchs are back-to-back champions in the state of South Dakota at the Class B level. Coach Stuart Boley during shoot-around on Wednesday if he thought Warner was a volleyball school or a basketball school. After last season, he probably still would have said a volleyball school, but coming into this season and into this tournament, he wanted to change the minds of everybody across the state of South Dakota. I think he's doing that here tonight. His second straight title. Congratulations to the Warner Monarchs. 49-44 your final score in overtime here inside the Huron Civic Arena.
Everything you would want of a championship basketball game we had here tonight. Two great teams, great coaches with respect for each other, fantastic players on both sides. Some ladies we're going to see at the next level, some in basketball, some in volleyball, and just flat out great effort by both teams. And the Warner Monarchs reclaim the title back-to-back for the blue and white. The Warner Monarchs, as the coach is shaking hands here at midcourt. Boy, just a great game. 49-44 your final score.
You got to hand it to Sanborn Central Woonsocket. They had an outstanding tournament. At times they were the best team in this tournament, and really it came down to the wire tonight. We had the two best teams in the championship game. It's unfortunate that one team had to lose, Steve, but it's a great finish for the Warner Monarchs, back-to-back champions in the state of South Dakota.
We've got some hardware to hand out. Let's send it over now to Josh Hader, our public address announcer.
To present the Class B Runners-Up Trophy and the Class B Championship Trophy, along with team medals on behalf of the South Dakota High School Activities Association Board of Directors member Eldon Marshall. Assisting with the awards and representing the association's corporate partners are Kathy Petra from Sanford Health, Mark Roselle from Farmers Union Insurance Agency, and Staff Sergeant Jason Bain from the South Dakota Army National Guard. First presenting the Runners-Up Trophy to the Sanborn Central Woonsocket Blackhawks. Maddie Vermillion. Bailey Moody. Sarah Morgan. Kelby Dean. Taylor Weber. Marissa Weber. Kayla Olson. Abby Doring. Morgan Selland. Rachel Selland. Tana Kingsbury. Shelby Selland. Savannah Swenson. And Maya Selland. Team managers, Kaylee White. And J.C. Baruth. Statistician, Mackenzie Peterson. Assistant coach, Justin Dean. And your head coaches, Tim McCain and Rob Baruth. And now the 2014 State B Girls Basketball Tournament champions, the Warner Monarchs. Tara Gascoigne. Peyton Ellingson. Hannah Wiedebusch. Caitlin Basil. Aaron Ochsner. Bailey Holscher. Riley Furman.
10-4.
Alexis Basil. J.C. Schlosser. Rachel Heilman. Ashley Roselle. Michaela Haug. Trissa Nelson. Shelby Braun. Carly Roselle. Carrie Gascoigne. And Miranda Ristow. Team managers, Karsten Vetter. Abby Holscher. Abe Holscher. Philip Zenz. Assistant coaches, Chad Vetter. Abby Yatasik. And Jackie McNeil. And your head coach, Stuart Boley.
Congratulations again to the Warner Monarchs, your 2014 South Dakota Girls Class B champions. What an exciting finish. It had to go to overtime, but the Warner held on, and they are back-to-back champs in both basketball and volleyball at the Class B level.
And while they're taking their pictures, we'll wait here a moment. The all-tournament team will be announced in just a few moments.
We would like to direct your attention to the center of the playing court as we present the All-Tournament Team Awards. The All-Tournament Team is selected by the South Dakota High School Basketball Coaches Association. As the names of the All-Tournament Team members are announced, each All-Tournament Team recipient should come to the award area to pick up their plaque. This year's All-Tournament Team members are from Gayville-Vollant, Keelia Barta. From Lyman, Brooklyn Helverson. From Lemmon, Bailey Beer. From Kimball White Lake, Jasmine Hinker. From Hanson, Kennedy Cheeseman and Leah Marsh. From Sully Buttes, Carly Stahl. And Remy Wenches. From Sanborn Central Woonsocket, Shelby Selland. And Maya Selland. From Warner, Miranda Ristow. And Ashley Roselle. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2014 All-Tournament team. Sanborn Central Woonsocket will have a welcome home celebration in Woonsocket Sunday at noon. Warner will have theirs Sunday at 2:30.
Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll try to get you some post-game interviews. We'll get you some final stats and a whole lot more. Our post-game coverage kicks off after the break right here on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank.
All right, welcome back here to the Class B girls basketball tournament. Stuart Boley is the coach of the victorious Warner Monarchs. Coach, a very tight game all the way throughout here. What did you tell your team going into overtime?
Well, what did we do? We just had to keep doing what we were doing and keep clearing the boards and just do the things that we do. Try to get the ball inside and it's unfortunate someone had to lose that thing. And I have so much respect, and we have so much respect for Sanborn Central and we're so happy, and I'm so thrilled for our kids and they just play their hearts out.
Now, Miranda Ristow, she got some foul trouble there. What did you change up offensively and defensively to make sure that she stayed in the game as long as possible?
Well, we just kept trying to change up our defenses a little bit and tried to play some zone just to protect her from getting that fifth foul. But they kept going at her, and to their credit, they kept going at her. And in the end, when she fouled out, we just had to come up with somebody that was going to make a play at the end, and Ashley makes free throws, and again, fortunate to come out on top.
Now, she missed 3 in a row there. Were you a little worried going into that overtime with that?
Absolutely not. Ashley puts in hours and hours in the gym, and she works so hard, and she's just an incredible athlete. And she hates to lose, and these girls just have a will to win, and I had all the confidence in the world in her.
Now, another person who played big tonight, especially defensive rebounding, was Carly Roselle.
Absolutely. Carly is a big game player, and she came out tonight and she was pretty determined that she was going to clear the boards every time they shot. And I don't know how many she had, but she had to have quite a few. And again, those Roselle sisters are they just don't come around very often. And you put all these other girls around them, and it's a pretty darn good team.
Now, Warner's been known as a volleyball school. Can you say it's a basketball powerhouse now?
Well, we're not going to say that. We work together with that volleyball team, and most of these girls play volleyball too, and we feed off each other, and we do, and it I think having success in one breeds success in the other, and we're just going to keep doing what we do, and Coach Jung is our volleyball coach, is a great coach, and we're just going to keep working together.
Coach, congratulations on the victory.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Stuart Boley, the head man for Warner. They're back-to-back champions. Let's send it back to the desk. And J.J. Hardigan.
Thanks, Steve. As we take a look around the arena again, everybody enjoying the post-game celebrations tonight. We do need to point out the Class A championship going on right now. They're just about to start their third quarter. Right now it's St. Thomas More leading winner 37-19. Steve's going to try and get a couple more interviews here, and I think he's found Miranda Ristow. We will send it back down to Steve right now.
Thank you, JJ. We're with Miranda Ristow, who's part of the back-to-back champion team here at Warner. Miranda, congratulations there. You got 4 fouls there in the second half. Were you a little bit worried going down the stretch?
I was worried, but I knew that we just had to keep going, and I knew I had to be careful in the paint, and I just wanted my team to play the best. And just.
Now, your teammate, Carly Roselle, you two dominated the glass tonight. Was that kind of the game plan going in to make sure the Blackhawks didn't get those second and third opportunities?
Yep, we wanted to go in there and get all the rebounds and not let them have the second chance opportunities.
Now, you did foul out in the game there, but your team was ahead at the time. How tough was that watching the final few moments from the bench?
It was very tough, indescribably tough, but I knew my team would take care of it because I have complete faith in them.
Well, congratulations on the win. I'm sure we're going to be talking to you a lot more playing up at Northern State.
Thank you very much.
Miranda Ristow, part of the back-to-back champion team here for the Warner Monarchs. Let's send it back to the desk and J.J. Hardigan.
Thank you, Steve. Again, Warner, the victors today in overtime, 49-44. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take another timeout. When we come back, we'll get you some more stats and a wrap-up from this one in Huron from the Class B state championships. Warner edging Sanborn Central Woonsocket 49-44. Back with more on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Championship event is brought to you in part by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Farmers Union Insurance, by SDN Communications, and by the independent insurance agents of South Dakota.
All right, welcome back to the Huron Arena. Warner wins their back-to-back championship in overtime, 49-44. I'm with Ashley and Carly Roselle, key components of this championship team. Congratulations, Ashley. Talk to you first here. You had some great free throw shooting in that overtime, but you missed 3 in a row in the fourth quarter. What's going through your mind there?
Well, all I know is everybody makes mistakes, so what I wanted to do is get the ball back so I can prove to everyone that I can do this, and obviously it worked.
Carly, you were standout tonight on the defensive rebounding side. It seemed like you were owning the glass tonight. Talk about your effort tonight. What was the game plan going in? Was that your job to get those defensive boards?
You know, throughout the tournament, I've kind of been the one doing the dirty work, which I'm totally okay with. I've got my sister here keeping up the points, and I just go out and do my best every time.
Now, you had to go into overtime there. Miranda fouls out there. What were you saying in the huddle after she had to leave the game with that 5th foul?
We're going to win this for her because she has worked her butt off her whole high school career, and not even just for her, for our seniors and for everyone on this team. We've worked so hard for this, and I couldn't be more proud of every single one of the girls on our team.
What she said.
How do you guys plan on celebrating?
We're going to get crazy. Things are going to get crazy.
A lot of hugs, a lot of family, team. This is my last chance to celebrate with my team, and I'm going to cherish every moment of it.
Now, which was sweeter, the back-to-back volleyball or the back-to-back basketball?
Neither. They're all bittersweet for us.
It's unreal. Words can't describe.
Ladies, you played outstanding. Congratulations. I'll let you go enjoy with your family and friends.
Thank you very much.
Ashley and Carly Roselle, they're part of the back-to-back championship team here at Warner. Let's send it back to the desk. And J.J. Hardigan.
Thanks again, Steve. They're just about ready to cut down the net. In fact, Caitlin Basil cutting down the first piece over there on the far end. We'll try to get you a view of that here in a moment. Let's go over some stats here, and as we check quickly again in the third quarter of that A game, St. Thomas More leading winner 39-19. We mentioned earlier on the champion was crowned at the AA level with Sioux Falls, Washington defeating Mitchell 58-51. And again here inside the Huron Civic Arena, it's a final in overtime today. Warner 49-44. Let's take a look at some stats as they cut down the nets here, Steve, as he rejoins me at the scorer's table. First of all, good job getting through that crowd there. It is wild out there right now.
It is, and a great celebration. Heartbreak for Sanborn Central Woonsocket. They were so close, but what an effort for that team. That's a great basketball team, and I think Coach Boley said it is a shame somebody had to lose tonight, but congratulations to Warner.
Why don't you go through the Blackhawks here? I'll finish tallying up some numbers for the Warner team, and then we'll get to those in just a moment.
All right, first of all, for the team stats, it was Warner shooting 15 of 37 from the floor, good for 41%, just 2 of 7 from beyond the arc for 29%, but they were a very good 17 of 27 at the free throw line, 63%, which is about their average on the year. And then for Sanborn Central Woonsocket, they were 17 of 47 from the floor, good for 36%, 5 of 19 from beyond the arc for 26%, 2 of those made by Maya Sellen, 3 by Marissa Weber, and they were 5 of 11 at the free throw line for 46%, which is definitely below their average. Rebounding, 34-27, the advantage for Warner. Turnovers, 13 for the Blackhawks, 11 for the Monarchs on the night. 10 steals on the night for Warner, just 5 steals on the night for Sanborn Central Woonsocket. That's the tail of the tape as far as the team stats go. Individual scoring, Ashley Roselle leading the way with 21 points, 18 points, 9 rebounds for Miranda Ristow. 5 points, 9 rebounds for Carly Roselle, 5 points, 4 rebounds for J.C. Slosser. Caitlin Basil didn't score tonight, but she did chip in an assist. She had a couple of steals, and she made some of those big plays that didn't show up in the stat book. She was a key contributor tonight. For the individual scoring for Sanborn Central Woonsocket, they were led by Maya Sellen with 26 points and 6 rebounds. 4 points, 10 rebounds for Shelby Sellen in her final game. 11 points on the night for Marissa Weber. 4 points for Shelby Sellen, 3 points for Morgan Sellen. That's how the individual scoring rates out here in this championship game. And it was a dandy in overtime there. You see it 49-44, the Monarchs back-to-back.
It was an exciting day overall for basketball, and congratulations to all the teams that won today, and a special congratulations really to everybody who came to this tournament. It's an accomplishment at the Class B level just to get to this point in your season. So to all 8 teams that made it here to the Huron Civic Arena this weekend, a tip of the cap. It has been a fun one. We need to thank all of our camera crew and our production staff for all the hard work they've done here today. Let's run down the names of the young men who've been working the cameras.
Yeah, from Huron High School, these men, Dustin Price, Nicholas Shields, Avery Del Grasso, and Trey Litwiller, they were our cameramen here. We couldn't have done it without them. So thanks to those young men for helping us out here at the Class B state tournament, and thanks to everybody behind the scenes, all our production crew, our engineering crew, the operations crew back at the Network Operations Center here in Vermilion, as they were very, very key in wrapping things up here. And don't forget that you can order a DVD copy of any of the state tournaments. 1-800-456-0766. One basketball tournament in the books, one more to go next week.
Yeah, we got to point out DVD copies for that package, $19.95 plus $5 shipping and handling. And if you're a member of Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, shipping is free. Again, that number 800-456-0766. Next weekend, we'll have state boys basketball coverage coming your way on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. You'll have the Class A tournament on South Dakota Public Broadcasting 1. Class B will be on SDPB 2, and the Double A's will be out in Rapid City on SDPB 3. Coverage, of course, for all the high school championships available online at sdpb.org. I'm JJ Hardigan. We hope you've enjoyed our broadcast throughout the weekend as you see the Warner Monarchs cutting down the net. Back-to-back champions at both basketball and volleyball at the Class B level. He's Steve Toom. I'm JJ Hardigan. For everyone involved with South Dakota Public Broadcasting, we thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, this has been your coverage of state tournament action on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Good night, everybody.
note about Warner. Pretty much their entire team also participates in the band at Warner High. They've got a great band. Of the 110 students in Warner High School, 92 of them play in the band. That's a fantastic participation rate. And they, you know, if you just took the 12 girls off this team, they make a pretty good high school band by themselves.
Warner, the defending champions coming into this tournament. They're back-to-back champions in volleyball, trying to do it here tonight in basketball. Steve and I have given you everything we can to get you ready for this game tonight. All that's left now is the starting lineups in the opening tip. Without further ado, we send it over to our man to our right, the public address announcer, Josh Hader, for tonight's starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Huron Arena for tonight's Girls State Meet Championship game. The matchup tonight is between Sanborn Central Woonsocket Blackhawks and the Warner Monarchs. Now, let's meet the starters for tonight's championship game. At guard for the Blackhawks, number 25, Marissa Weber. At guard for the Monarchs, number 2, Caitlin Basil. At guard for the Blackhawks, number 32, Morgan Selland. At guard for the Monarchs, number 23, J.C. Schlosser. At forward for the Blackhawks, number 33, Rachel Selland. At forward for the Monarchs, number 32, Ashley Roselle. At forward for the Blackhawks, number 40, Shelby Selland. At forward for the Monarchs, number 50, Carly Roselle. At guard for the Blackhawks, number 42, Maya Selland. And at center for the Monarchs, number 54, Miranda Ristow. The Blackhawks are coached by Justin Dean, Tim McCain, and Rob Baruth. The Monarchs are coached by Chad Vetter, Abby Yatosik, Jackie McNeil, and Stuart Boley. The officials for tonight's game are Matt Clark, James Benning, Bill Shanefish, and Doug Rusink.
There you get a look at our officials for tonight's game, and we are set for championship coverage of the Class B State High School Championships here on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
These two teams did meet during the regular season. Warner won 50-40, but now the rematch happens with a state title on the line.
It'll be Warner in their white home uniforms today with blue lettering. And it will be the Blackhawks of Sanborn Central Woonsocket in their black uniforms. Blue letters across the chest, red numbers on their back. They are ready to go. So are we. The fans are rocking here inside the Huron Civic Arena. We've got a near full house here tonight. It'll be Miranda Ristow in white to tip for Warner. And inside the center circle, Shelby Selland for the Blackhawks. Warner gets the opening tip, and as you see, they will work from left to right on your TV screens this evening. In case you're just joining us, I'm JJ Hardigan. He's Steve Toon. Happy that you're able to join us for Championship Saturday here on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. First shot of the game off the iron, no good. That'll be Maya to get the rebound. And again, if we use first names throughout the course of our broadcast tonight, we're not trying to do a disservice to any of these players. There's just 4 Sellands out there on the floor. We're going to have to try to find a way to decipher one of them one way or the other.
Bank shot there for Maya. And right away, 2-0 Blackhawks.
7:20 left to go here in the first quarter. They get the ball to Basil. Back to the top of the key. That's Ashley Roselle. Basil in the right corner. Looking inside for Ristow. Back to Schlosser inside. Ristow way too strong on her first touch of the night. Barely touched the top left corner of the backboard. Blackhawks off and running. Maya Selland, the jumper off the right side of the iron, no good. It'll be Ashley Roselle with the rebound. She'll kick it to the other end of the court. Basil will push it in transition.
Maya Selland creates so many matchup problems because she's so tall, quick, and can handle the ball so very well.
Schlosser had 6 first half points for Warner yesterday. Lob pass inside. Roselle fouled. That's Carly Rose.
Welcome back to the Huron Arena, getting set for the championship matchup. The defending champion Warner Monarchs will take on Sanborn Central Woonsocket and the Blackhawks. Got a great crowd here tonight at the Huron Arena. Let's meet the teams. First of all, the Blackhawks. 24-1. Co-head coaches Tim McCain and Rob Baruth. There you see where they're located. This is the third year of this co-op, and all 3 years they've made it to the state tournament. They are an impressive team stat-wise, as they've put up a ton of points on the year. They beat Wolsey Wessington and James Valley Christian in the district by healthy margins, and then beat a very good DeSmet team ranked in the top 5 in Region 3B, 51-46.
Yeah, take a look at the stats here. 64 points a game, in fact, just over 64 points a game. They're a team that shoots over 50% from the field. Free throw percentage is probably lacking a little bit. They're at 57%, but even so, this is a team that scores, they can rebound. It's a very dangerous team from top to bottom. One player that we should mention who will not be in the lineup tonight, number 42, Savannah Swenson, tore her ACL and her MCL yesterday. But here's a look at their starting lineup tonight. And of course, the 4 Sellens out there on the floor along with Marissa Weber. You've got 3 seniors, a freshman, and a junior. That freshman, though, Maya Sellen, perhaps one of the most exciting players at the Class B level, and she's still got 3 more years of high school to go.
Yep, she'll be essentially the point guard. Shelby Sellen last night has signed with Augustana. 34 points and 11 rebounds last night. Maya and Shelby are the sisters. Morgan and Rachel are cousins. And 4/5 of the lineup belong to one family for Sanborn Central Woonsocket. They got here into this championship game by beating Kimball White Lake 52-27. And last night they took on Hanson in the semifinal. Hanson hung with them for a period, but it was too much Shelby Sellen as she really got it going.
She was simply spectacular. You see their coaching staff. This is just an outstanding performance. Hanson tried to stay tough there as long as they could. You can see they had a pretty good offensive run in the first half, but again, too much interior play for Shelby Sellen as she goes in for the nice left-handed finish. It was a great night for her. She's averaging 21 points a game, but an all-around effort for the Blackhawks. A big 3 there, which essentially iced it down. And she'll go to the line for 2.
Of course, Warner creates plenty of matchup problems of their own. And that foul will be on Rachel Sellen.
Just underway from the AA State Championship. Sioux Falls, Washington taking an early 6-2 lead over Mitchell. Now 8-2 lead. Roselle back inside the Huron Arena, missing her first free throw. Another one coming up momentarily.
Carly Roselle, 55% on the season.
Second attempt is good. From the Class A tournament, it's halftime right now. Sioux Valley with a 19-18 lead over Elk Point Jefferson. We'll get you more coverage of that one when the third quarter gets underway. Blackhawks with the ball, up 2-1. Dangerous cross-court pass into the left corner. Stepping inside for the 2 and knocking it down. Morgan Sellen, her first points of the night.
Nice ball movement by the Blackhawks.
4-1 your score. Warner down by 3. Ball in the right wing. Roselle kicks it to Slosher. Long 2's good. 4-3 your score. Maya Sellen will bring it up for the Blackhawks. Bounce pass into the right wing. 3 on the way. Off the backside of the iron. Rebounded by Roselle. It'll be Basil momentarily touching it, but Slosher will bring it up for the Monarchs.
Well, key for both teams will be to limit their opponent to just 1 shot per trip down the floor.
Lob pass inside to Roselle. Her shot blocked. That was Shelby Sellen to get her hand on it underneath that time. Maya pushing it, but she doesn't have numbers. Shooter in the right corner. Shelby Sellen with the bounce pass back to Maya Sellen. Into the left wing. All the top of the key now. 3 on the way. In and out, no good. Rebounded by the Monarchs. Crowd getting into it here in the early goings. So Monarchs look to get back in this game, down by 1. 4-3 your score. Ball in the left wing now at the top of the key. Ashley Roselle dribbles inside, gets fouled as she goes in for the shot. She'll have 2 free throws. Their fans are ready to go here again tonight.
Yeah, Morgan Sellen knocked down that three-pointer. This is a team that can light it up from the inside and the outside. They are a tough matchup because of their height and their quickness. We'll take a break. Come back. We'll introduce you to the defending champions. You're watching the Class B State Girls Basketball Tournament on SDPB3, South Dakota Public Broadcasting. We're back in the Huron Arena, just a couple of minutes away from the start of the championship game. The Warner Monarchs and the Blackhawks of Sanborn Central Woonsocket. Let's take a look at the defending state champions. 23-2 their record. Stuart Boley is their head coach. There you see him located up in the northeast part of the state, just south of Aberdeen. Back-to-back volleyball champions, trying to become back-to-back basketball champions. Here's the starting lineup for the Monarchs.
You get a look at the Rosells there. Carly Roselle, a 6'1" senior, along with Ashley Roselle, who's been lighting it up throughout this tournament. She's a 6-foot junior. Miranda Ristow, a 6'2" senior as well. And then the 2 junior guards, JC Slosher, a 5'10" junior, who had a great game last night, and Caitlin Basil, a 5'5" junior, rounding out the starting 5 here for the Monarchs.
Warner advanced into the championship game, first by beating Lemmon 59-35. And then on Friday night, they played in the first semifinal game against the top seed Sully Buttes. And Warner, right away, they were hot out of the gate using their inside game. Miranda Ristow, who signed to play basketball at Northern, maneuvering in there, gets the shot at close range for head coach Stuart Boley. But Sully Buttes would not go away. Remy Wench has got the steal there and the layup for Mark Zepner's crew. But good ball movement, finds the open shooter. That's Ashley Roselle knocking down the trifecta, one of 3 she had on the night. And then there's Carly Roselle with the bucket. She signed to play volleyball at Dakota State. And in the end, it was Warner prevailing 50-31. So that's how we got to this situation. Warner, they beat Northwestern in the districts, then Waubay for the district title, and then they took it to Summit 62-23, the final score there against a very good Summit team. One interesting